Will it be a return to form for the Spaniard from Madrid, Ignacio Garrido, not a winner since 1997. It's a hot Easter Sunday here in Marrakesh. And we're in for a real treat here in the last round of Moroccan Open. Lots of different players with very different agendas. Some trying to get their cards back, others, well, they're here for the first time, including the talented Frenchman, Sébastien Delagrange. And, as you can see, our pictures so far, the wind is getting up on the last day in Morocco. Certainly one man with the wind in his sails in round 4 from the Englishman, Jamie Spence. Making a move. This is his birdie putt at the 8th. One of his favourite holes, of course, round 1. That would take him to 17 under. Here at the par 5-9, his superb bunker shot. Another birdie on that front line to be out in 32. Back on that 8th hole, our overnight leader, Garrido. Terrific tee shot at that tough par 3. And he was to convert that into a birdie 2 there. And not to be outdone, Desmond Terre-Blanche. Same hole. Same result. That would give Terre-Blanche his second birdie today, and he's dropped a shot at the par 4 5th. So he's at 16 under. There he is, very handily placed in 4th place. But behind Jamie Spence, who has made the move that's also important early on here in the 4th round to get the lead by 1 shot. Spence from Garrido and Delagrange. Lagrange hanging in there ever so well, 1 under for today's round. And a newcomer to the tour, only here because of the Challenge School this week. So, Thomas Levy at 15 under. Ulrich Gustafsson, another new face on the tour, 6 under for today's round. Starting the day at 8 under, the man from Sweden. Bradley Dredge having a good tournament on the European Tour, having qualified through the school, 14 under. Roger Chapman continuing his good vein of form at 12 under, the winner recently in Rio. Ian Poulter, his day's not going quite so well, 2 over today so far. Sean Webster, another good new English player on the tour at 11 under. Still to win, John Bickerton, playing pretty well also at 11 under. Nick Henning, the other South African representative in the last day, at 10 under as well. He's going well. It's a packed leaderboard as we start round 4. We peek between the palms at Ignacio Garrido. A big challenge here. Sure here, the stomping around in the waste ground here that Garrido's doing. Pebbly sort of rocky finish in this waste ground. It's not a hazard, so he can ground his club. Garrido, second, the 9th. Back to that one, Garrido, level par for the day's round, still at 17 under as he started the day. Got the shot at the 3rd, and birdies at 4 and 8. Got his round back into shape, but here's the leader, Spence. It's a pretty good shot into that 10th hole today. The flag tucked away on the left side, as you can see on the green at 10. 4 yards off the left edge. Another man on the waste ground, Sébastien Delagrange. A little unlucky, just caught the trap short left-hand side on the par 5. It is a par 5 though, so he'll still have a chance to make his birdie. Sebastian de Lagrange, 17 under, 1 under for today's round. And the real heat of the action here. He's never been so in such a rarefied atmosphere, but this man has, Desmond Terre Blanche. Try, Desmond Terre Blanche just missing the waist ground and the bunker, just short of 9 there. Now another chance for Spence to go 2 shots in the lead here at 10. Such a great attempt, but Spence pars 10 to stay at 18 and in the lead by 1 from jointly de Lagrange and Garrido. There's the tail of the front 9 for Jamie Spence. Very handy birdies to start off with, indeed, to grab a share and then take the lead on the 8th. 4 birdies in the front 9 at the right time do him no harm at all. A first look at Thomas Levey. He's at 15. Out in 33 today, Thomas Levey. No drop shots, birdies at the 2nd, 4th and 8th for the Cannes Open winner from 1998. This will do his cause no harm at all, trying to retain his card. Of course, his exemption will finish at the end of November, so he'll be conscious of that. And from Paris, 2 Parisians in the top 10 here, Lagrange and Levey. Case of waste not, want not on this 9th hole. Garrido doing absolutely the right thing. He's actually able to move the stones as he's doing there. Danger is, of course, not to move the ball. See trees, eucalyptus, the palms being swayed quite heavily by this blustery wind today. It's a stronger wind than it has been on all the first 3 days, and also it's changed in direction, so some new difficulties for these players here in round 4. The wind has changed much more to the east. It's been coming out of the north for 3 days pretty consistently and pretty lightly, but strongly blowing now from the east, from Algeria, across the northern flatlands of Africa and Morocco. It's a good view for you of the gravelly finish they have on the waste ground here. Big feature here on the course. This course designed by the American architect, Cabell B. Robinson. 90 yards left here for Garrido. He has removed enough stones to make sure he can get a decent contact on the ball. A number of the players were expressing concern this week about maybe a few flying stones coming out of this stuff. It's hit and hope. Garrido then 3rd shot at the par 5 half. Real Saharan adventure there for Garrido. A couple of shots out of the waste and stuff. Garrido, 17 under. Really the 9th hole is a birdie hole. Aren't they all for these players, the par 5s particularly. Man of the moment, 11th tee. It's okay. Just missing the fairway at the 11th. Spence a 429 yard par 4, 11th. Back to the last group out on the course here. Terre Blanche, Delagrange, Garrido. Surprising that one from Desmond Terre Blanche. He really did a good flighted chip in there, just failed to stop. The wind perhaps urging it on. Oh, 10-footer left for Desmond Terre Blanche for his birdie, 4 at the par 5 runs. Sebastian Delagrange just underneath his third shot. Similar sort of shot to that one of Des Terre Blanche there, but Sebastian just a little closer, 6 feet or so. Just the one shot between these three players. Lagrange, Garrido and Des Terre Blanche. But remember, they're on the 9th, and the leader in the tournament is currently playing the 11th. So Jamie Spence has to keep on going to post that strong score to make other boys think. 1992 it was, the last time that Jamie Spence won on the European Tour, the Cannes European Masters. Big year that was for him too, also in the winning Dunhill Cup team up there in St Andrews. A proud member of the English team he was too. Garrido then first to putt. So for this would be. Not to be. It's a slight misread there for Nacho Garrido. Par 5 at the 9th gets Garrido out in level par 36. There's no change for his score overall, 17 under, coming into today's play, of course, in that very same position at 17 under. That time he was one shot in the lead, but now he's one shot behind.
Nothing to lose.
Onward to the 11th. Another huge expanse of waste separating Jamie Spence's ball from the green. It's well left off the tee here. The flag today at 11. He's only 6 yards on the right side. Just to give you an idea here, 136 yards left for Jamie Spence. Ball below his feet, which will aid the shape of shot he wants, which will just need to settle down quietly. A bit of a left to right cutter, perhaps. Judgment must be absolutely perfect. Spence, second shot to 11.
Come on.
The cry of come on was talking to the east wind coming out of Algeria, hoping to bring that ball or hold that ball up. There's Terre Blanche. The dirty time for him. Suffering Desmond at the 9th. That will be the tap in for a par. And tidy front 9. Let's call it tidy. That's all. It's 35. 1 under and keeping in the tournament. sound alike. Sorry, it's Dredge. Bradley Dredge. Let's look at him today, playing the 11th. Bradley's having a good tournament. Only level par for his round so far today, over 35. Drop shot 10th. And Mark Mackenzie. The last of the 3-ball. Second shot at the 11th. Mark Mackenzie, he's at 14 under. Another man out in 35. 14 under is currently 6th place. Now this is De La Grange at 9th. Yes. Challenge Tour player is taking his lead from David Park last year, who emerged from the Challenge Tour to take a claim on the European Tour by tying initially with Miguel Angel Martin. And there he is, De La Grange, tying now Jamie Spence at 18 under. Ignacio Garrido close behind at 17. Dangerous Des, Terre Blanche at 16 under. Thomas Leve, Can Open champion from 98 at 15 under. Relatively unknown Ulrich Gustafsson, 14 under par. Ulrich 31 for his front 9. He's one of the players playing today, starting at the 10th. Really lowly in the order, starting off today at 8 under, but he's now 14 under. Mark Mackenzie looking to fight very hard to regain his card on the tour. He's also at 14. Slightly untidy finish from De La Grange, but it's okay. Just off the fairway on the right-hand side of the 10th. We wanted to keep that ball down the right because of the pin placement, which we'll come back to. Ian Poulter, this is. He's at 13, a chance to go to 14. Which he does. Goodness me, it's hot stuff here. Ian Poulter at 14 under. Very good birdie 3 at the 10th. Guido giving it the full Monty. Keep it down the right side as maybe it drifts a little too much. This is it, the back straight on the last day. Can his nerve hold up? There's a man with good nerves, Desmond.
Super. Swing.
Terre Blanche down there near Kimberley in South Africa, playing a lot of times on the old David Duff tour. 1999 finished 45th there, good year in 97. $100,000 and finished in 8th place that year. Lots of wins to his name. But not a win since 92 for Jamie Spence. Outside chance of birdie here. Believe that one either. Great try there from Jamie Spence. Just missed one at the 10th, 10 minutes or so ago. It's okay, it's a par, and he's still setting the pace. He's 18 under, alongside, as we know, Sebastian De La Grange, who birdied that 9th hole very nicely to get out in 34, to get alongside Jamie Spence at 18 under. Spence, Mark Mackenzie, and this man Bradley Dredge. This would take Bradley into a share of 6th place if he could hold this one across the green at the 11th. quite, but still a very easy and comfortable par for Bradley at the 11th. The man who plays out of the Bryn Meadows Club down there in Newport in South Wales. He's certainly the leading Welsh player by a long way this week in Morocco. Buffeting wind is really throwing those flags around this afternoon. Here's the scene from behind the 10th, back to our leading group. Looks like he's caught the bunker. I'm sure we'll get a much better shot of this in a moment. And there it is from our master craftsman, Dave Maxwell, one of the best cameramen in the world. Now then, Garrido's ball perched on a slightly higher spot in the bunker there. That bunker's 120 yards from the green. Add that to 29 yards on, 149 yards left here for Garrido. The desert once more. It's getting nearer, but we think that was a slightly iffy contact, maybe a bit of bounce off the sole there, maybe you found a hard patch on the bunker. But Garrido, all of a sudden, struggling at the par 4 10th. He's at 17 under, now one shot behind, remember, our two leaders, and here's one of them, playing of course with Garrido. Second shot at the 10th, de la Grange. Tidy swing, tidy result, but a long way off. And there's a bit of swing in that putt from that left-hand side for Sébastien de la Grange. What a day this could be for the 26-year-old from Paris, from the racing club in La Boulie, lovely venue. Venue of the 1974 French Open, I remember it well. But this man's from a long way from Paris, from Vryburg, near Kimberley. I'm sure his wife Zelda will be getting the old checkbook ready as we speak. Desmond in for a big result here, and who knows, perhaps the biggest of all, 16 under, 2 shots only behind our leaders. If you're wondering, back there in Vryburg, what Desmond is doing here, he's only 30 yards short of the green. Unbelievably, this is his tee shot on the par 4 10th. 397 yards. The adrenaline must be coursing. Now Desmond, make the most of it. Nice and close here. Birdie 3 for 17 under and within 1 of the lead. Very disappointing for him, not really close enough from that range, but it's still a very good birdie chance for Terre Blanche.
Yeah, very good shot.
Thomas Levy continues on his merry way, 3 under for today's round. Here's another chance. Thomas Levy out in 33, including 3 very, very good birdies, and 2, 4 and 8. Not so far ahead of Terre Blanche's drive is Garrido's second. Tough shot here for Garrido. Swinging down from the slope. Memories of his eagle at the 9th on day 2 for Garrido there, but not to be this time. And a struggly old hole this is again for Garrido, having been in the waste ground twice on 9, bunker at 10. He's hanging on in there. The man from Madrid. 28 years old now, Ignacio Garrido. Ryder Cup man, of course, down there in Valderrama. Didn't make the team last year. Really hasn't been firing all that well for the last 18 months or so, Ignacio Garrido. Chance presents itself for Sébastien de Lagrange. This would give him the lead. Uphill, with a left to right swing. Has he hit it? He certainly has. Hill didn't really take much sting out of that one. And now he's left with the one we all love to hate. Downhill, that sneaky one. Maybe a tad right to left. The atmosphere out here today is absolutely electric. So many players with so many chances of a really big day. Including this man, Jamie Spence. 143 yards of 9-iron, second to the 12th. It's okay, the flag is a bit more generously placed today. It was tough to wait miles on the right-hand side yesterday, but today it's handily placed 14 yards on and 7 yards off that back left edge. In case you're wondering, the South American player, Paraguayan Pedro Martinez. Well, he's out there in the second to last group today. And Martinez, not having the best of days, 1 over for today. He's really going in reverse gear quite slowly at the moment. 14 under, still, however, 6th place. Mackenzie also at 14 under. Third man on the green there at the 12th. Mackenzie, Dredge and Spence occupy the 12th green. Desmond Terre Blanche after a monster drive down the 10th. Can he make his move? Well, we can't see it, we can hear that it's gone in, so Desmond Terre Blanche is making another move up to 17 under. He really has played some golf this week. I've recorded for you, but live here, could be a big change here if Garrido misses this one. This for par to stay at 17 under. No sir, and it's a drop shot for Garrido. Tumbles him down to 16 under, and now 2 shots behind the 2 leaders, Spence and de Lagrange, and closely followed by that man Desmond Terre Blanche. De Lagrange to save his par at the 10th. Absolutely well holed. You don't need too many of those on the back 9 on the last day in your first major tournament appearance. Seb Delagrange at 18 under, alongside Jamie Spence, currently on the 12th green, in charge by one only. There it is from Desmond Terreblanche. Well, Desmond's had a pretty good time already on the European Tour. 18th place finish back there at the Alfred Dunhill. Right near to Johannesburg, almost home ground for him. South African Championship, 19th place there at Rand Park. Missed the cut at the Heineken Classic. A big second place finish in the Benson Hedges Malaysian Open for Desmond. He could go one better today, who knows? Long way to go yet. Spence then for birdie. Nice try, another one shaves on the left side for Jamie Spence, and that means he stays at 18 under. And 13 going well.
Please go.
Still going well. It's a good shot, worked in from the right hand side using the wind. Pretty strong east wind today. We're looking here from the north direction towards the south. And there's 13th hole and how it's playing. That most important figure is at the top of that chart on the left hand side, ranked number 2, par 3, ranked second most difficult hole on the golf course. Average score 3.13. Also shaving the side of the hole there at the 12th, Malcolm Mackenzie, 14 under, just the one under today. Malcolm had lunch with him way back on Wednesday, and he said, "Oh, I really want a good tournament this week. I've had to qualify through the school after a few years on the tour, and I want to get back in here." He would all attempt to do that. Dredge out in 35, dropped a shot at the 10th, so he's only level par today. Bradley will know it's not good enough on this last day, so come on, let's get down to 14 under this part. Break there for Bradley, the 26-year-old from Newport, on the pars of the 12th. That'll keep him 13 under and a share of 9th place. Players currently within 4 shots, within 5 shots of the leader, Jamie Spence. The leaders, I should say, Jamie Spence and Delagrange. There they are. Spence setting the pace because he's out there a couple of holes ahead of the last group out on the course. There's Terreblanche, I wonder, 17 under. Ignacio Garrido at 16. And there's Pedro Martinez. For so long, the leader in this tournament, looking pretty invincible. But it's not gone quite so well for him over the last couple of days. Bradley Dredge there, we've just seen put out at the 12th, just missed his birdie. Scott Rowe having a good tournament, 33 for his front 9 today, 3 under for today, and 13 for the tournament. And Ulrich Gustafsson, well, he's having the round of his life out there, 4 under in the last round here in a European tournament. He's just come to grief, unfortunately, at the 8th, which is his 17th, to get back to 12 under. Mitchell and Bickerton alongside each other, as they often are at dinner, big mates. Diamond Geezer and the man from Droitwich, both at 11 under. Stephen Dodd, one of the Welsh players here this week at 10 under, and Des Smith, who figured so well in the earlier part of the week, seems to do that these days. Mark Pilkington trying to get his card back on the tour, pretty good performance from him at 10 under. and Nick Henning after 12 holes of this last round. Also at 10 under. I'm sure Graham and Sylvia back down there in South Africa will be watching Nick Henning's progress today. Are your boys doing okay? 10 under with 6 holes to go. Try and give you some details of Nick Henning's round a little later on. Here's another of the wannabes. Already in the top 25 5 times in his outings so far on this, the first year on the European Tour for Ian Poulter. But he's +1 today, started the day at 15 under, slipped slightly, 38 going out, birdied the 10th. It's an important week for a lot of people for very different reasons here in Morocco. It seems to always work out that way, the window of opportunity for so many Challenge Tour players and qualifying school rookies on the tour. Looking back towards magnificent clubhouse here at the Golf de Melkis, just behind the mounds. That man, Desmond. The flag today at the 11th is placed on the right-hand side. Saw Jamie Spence over here earlier on. Second shot now then for Terre Blanche. 17 under, 1 shot off the lead. Towering iron shot for the big fellow there, right over the stick at 11. He's really going for it. 68, 68, 65 so far for Desmond Terre Blanche, and he is 2 under for today's round. Not a very good lie here for Sebastien Delagrange. His second into the 11th.
Tom, Tom.
That was always the risk when you come out of that stuff. Fluffy grass, a bit of grass between the club face and the ball impact, and Lagrange just going through the back of 11. Excellent line, just not enough control. The view then confronting Garrido. Garrido now 16 under after the ugly 5 at the 10th. Back into this. Plenty of spin there for Garrido, and really getting his reward for it too. So Garrido in good shape above the hole there at the 11th. Currently 16 under. Schloss Nippenberg was the delightfully titled venue where Mathieu Garrido won his last tournament back there in the German Open in 1997. I was there to see it. It was a great win. He led pretty much throughout the whole tournament. There are his stats. Greens in regulation, improving drastically to help his position in this tournament. We saw a very good tee shot earlier on from Thomas Levy in this 13th. Very good attempt also for his birdie. What a good run he's having. Thomas Levy out in 33 to get him to 15 under. One of the handful of men who are really making a move here on this last day. He needs to, because he's well down the court. He's on the 13th, just about to start that 14th hole. Long for 14th. Levy 15 under in 5th place. 18 in the lead, Spence. Second ranked hole on the course faces Jamie Spence. 200 yards, 4 iron. fine shot from Jamie Spence. You see the wind there, directly across the hole today. Right to left as the players see it. His performances on the various pars there. -7 on the par 3s. Mind you, one of those was the hole-in-one at the 8th earlier on in the week. On day one indeed. Jamie Spence, Bradley Dredge, and this man, Malcolm Mackenzie. Shot Mal is the call, and that's absolutely fine for the man. Very happy and smiling Malcolm Mackenzie back on the European Tour. Cheeky little chip and run here for De La Grange at 11. Himself with another one of those awkward ones. He held a good second putt at the 10th to stay at 18 under. Can he do it again at the 11th? Superb birdie at the 10th for Desmond Terblanche to be out in 35. This one to join the leaders. So many what-ifs this afternoon to be experienced by so many players. There's Desmond Terblanche's statistics prepared for us by those lovely people at AXA. Putts per green in regulation so far this year, ranked 8th, so he's a pretty good man on the greens is Desmond, and in round 3 at 4th, so his putting average improving as the tournament goes on. Imagine that Ignacio Garrido would have gone to school in a big way on Desmond Terblanche's putt there. Pretty similar line. And we saw Desmond's putt just stay on that right-hand side. So he bogeyed the 10th. Garrido, chance to get one back. This to get alongside his playing partner Desmond Terblanche at 17 under. Yes, you often wonder whether the player is influenced too much by the previous player's putt, but Garrido just tucking that one to the left, and now he stayed at 16 under. 4th place, Spence, De La Grange, Terblanche, Garrido. Leve, don't forget him, he's out there at 15 under, playing the 14th hole at the moment. Par safe putt for De La Grange. Another one safely holed. Nerves of steel for the youngster. 15 under. Terblanche finishes off, completes his par 4 at the 11th. So at the top, it's an old hand, it's a new face, and it's an affiliate member, that man, Terblanche. From our high crane camera, Ian Poulter, absolutely superb second shot into that 12th hole. Really sets up a birdie chance there for Ian Poulter. Currently in 14 under. smile. This for birdie and the par 3 13th. Couple of feet left there for Mark McKenzie to stay at 14 under. 14 under is in the top 10. It's 6th place. First view of Adam Scott, par 4 12th hole. Look at this. Adam Scott, Aussie wonder kid, amateur in the field this week. 13 under, 2 over today though. He has to go for everything, and maybe it hasn't quite come off for him today. Bradley Dredge, birdie attempt, 13. Please. Oh, not enough steam. Dredge stays at 13 at the 13th. His 13th. Currently in joint lead with Sebastian Delagrange, Jamie Spence. Birdie attempt. Oh. So important, not many birdies on that par 3 13th, I can tell you, but there is the big figure, 19 under, in the lead again by the one shot, Jamie Spence. Two holes ahead of his co-leader from 5 minutes ago, Sam Delagrange. McKenzie, tied up for his par. Yes, he remains at 14 under. That 3 ball, McKenzie at 14, Dredge at 13, and the man on the moment, Jamie Spence at 19 under. 5 holes to go for Jamie Spence to try and win his first tournament in 8 years. Adam Scott at 12, and he bangs one in. So after 37 for that front 9, dropping a shot at the 11th and picking one back up at the 12th, he's into 14 under with just 6 holes left in his round. It's a very comfortable looking swing for Desmond Terblanche down the left hand side, as you can see on the 12th. Flag is fairly comfortably placed today, but there is a risk of losing some control on the ball where Desmond's tee shots finish just in the semi-rough. Delagrange. Better balance that time. Stayed with the shot a lot longer, didn't spin out, and neither did the ball. Absolutely down a diddle diddle. This man's been faltering over the last couple of holes. Garrido. 1 over for the round, 16 under, 3 shots behind. Didn't take long to look at that one. Usually means it's a good drive, and sure enough it is. Well placed from Ignacio Garrido, right off the fairway at 12. To the 14th, and the second of the Frenchman, Thomas Levey. Excellent shot from Thomas Levey to actually finish below the hole there at 14 is a tough shot today. Take on the risk of the ground falling away at the front of the green. Thomas Levey at 15 under, excellent chance to join Garrido in 4th place if he can birdie that 14. In case you're wondering whether you're watching the American Tour, you're not. This is not Tiger Woods. Adam Scott. Uncharacteristic turnover shot there from Scott at the 13th. He's got a lot of work to do for his par there. Wind is coming across, but that's more a turnover shot than a wind problem there, I think, for Adam Scott. Terre Blanche, second to the 12th.
Go.
A little shy for a change. He's been so positive all week as Desmond Terre Blanche. Quite hit that as he wanted to. Seb de la Grange. 124 yards. Very good indeed. Lots of nip on that second bounce there from Sebastian de la Grange. Scoreboard is the name of the player, Garrido, in sight. The excess bite on that one was not helpful in that case for Ignacio Garrido. Left side, just front edge even on the 12th. Both he and Terre Blanche need to be a lot closer to the flag if they're going to win this tournament. Terre Blanche, a fantastic display for him. He's not afraid. Levey. Big chance for him on this par 4, 14th. It's wandered across the hole and it didn't really strike the ball hard enough. So Thomas Levey will tap in for his par 4 on this downwind par 4 today. Pretty much a right to left or across all week, but the change of the wind is a change of difficulty for the players, and that was an excellent chance for the 1998 Cannes Open. So looking upwards for inspiration, will he get it today? Certainly making it happen so far. Jamie Spence in the lead by 1 from de la Grange. 1 ahead of Terre Blanche, also 1 ahead of Garrido. So leaderboard is clearing a little bit blue water between each player, not quite so bunched as the nerves jangle on the back 9. A little further down, Ian Poulter, after 12 holes of his last round. 15 under, his only level par today, so this was a very big chance for Ian Poulter to make a big name for himself on the tour. He's not really firing for him so far. He's coming back into it though. He's birdied the 10th and the 12th to get to that position. That's one of the markers on the edge of the fairway. This 14th hole is one of the holes that's used to record the player's length of drive for the statistics that are so important for the players and officials alike. It enables us to be able to record the driving distance by these players. I'm sure Des Terre Blanche would have wished the marker was on the 10th hole. An absolute massive drive down there. But that's history now. Back to the present. And Jamie Spence. Wind behind, flag short right. Low ground just short of the green, awkward. .444 yards is par 4 11th, excuse me, par 4 14th I should say. He's driven the ball, it's in absolutely perfect condition on the left hand side, perfect position. Certainly want to use the lofted club to get a good flight on the ball and try and help it to stop. Good is that? Excellent second for Spence. He's still firing and in the lead by 1, remember, coming off a very, very good birdie 2 at the par 3 13th. And the bird that adorns the local area here in Marrakesh, the largest bird in this area, the stork, the cigon. From Desmond Terre Blanche, and it's like rush of blood maybe. He's 8 foot past the hole at 12, and downhill for his par 4 there. Top left hand corner is the 12th green. He close in to that 13th. A very good par 3 13th hole, 100 yards of trouble, water all the way. Top leaderboard there, the leaderboard. 5th place, Ian Poulter, here he is. Chance to climb to join 4th with Garrido. Very confident young man, Ian Poulter. Good ball striker. Not afraid to play well. He's performed ever so well already this season. Garrido, front edge of 12. Another one going past it. That par 4. So both Garrido and Desmond Terre Blanche have tricky finishes if they're going to try and get their par 4s at that 12th hole. And here it is, big moment for Desmond Terre Blanche, 17 under. Oh, and he was equal to it. The man from Freiburg is keeping in there at 17 under. 2 shots now behind Jamie Spence, but 2 holes behind, therefore more chances to catch up. Another ask for Garrido, this for par at 12. One feels it is slipping away from the man from Madrid. 28-year-old Garrido carved out a great round of golf yesterday to get into the lead. Rounds of 68, 64, 67 got him to 17 under. Legrand Delagrange finishes off also at that 12th. So Delagrange, Terre Blanche make 4, Guido makes 5 to slip down the board. I know Scott has had his troubles at this 13. This is actually his 3rd shot. Oh, what a par that was. Missed the green by 20 yards left, chips up short, knocks that one in from absolutely nowhere. Stay at 14 under. So Adam Scott, +1 for today. Not really happening for the youngster, the 19-year-old. A lot of pressure, of course. A lot of media focus here this week, lots of interviews. That's what you get for getting 260s. 266s, I should say. Lovely dredge down the hill here at 14. Speedy putt, this one. Another one slides. Bradley, of course, playing with Malcolm Mackenzie and Jamie Spence. So Dredge stays at 13 under, stays in 11th place with Scott Rowe and Martin Olander. Jamie Spence buoyed up this week by the performance of his famous football team that he supports so strongly, the Arsenal Football Club, that made the final of the UEFA Cup. Jamie Spence is making this final round his own if he can hold this one. Oh yes, he is making it happen. And the first man to get to 20 under par. 4 holes to go now. Stringing it out is Jamie Spence, making him all work a little bit harder. He'll now proceed to that 15th feature, par 5. This is Terre Blanche at 13. A few hands on heads back down there in Dryburgh because Mr. Terre Blanche is swimming at 13. Holding a vital second putt at the 12th. Desmond's in trouble. What can Seb Delagrange do? 2 shots adrift now. That's very close to the water as well. Everything's getting a little bit tight. The grip, the forearms, heart pounding. But no, you can see it. So can we now. He's in the water hazard, but he's above the water. Surely feels like running up and playing that one. Delagrange chipping, putting for par at best. He could chip in, but who knows. Garrido back down there at 15 under. Yards. Punchy swing from Garrido. With pulley, yes. Tuggy down the left-hand side for Garrido. Pin high. That's the best shot of the 3 in that match. The last match out there on the course, remember. 13th hole, last round. 2 players in trouble. One in the water, one almost in. Terre Blanche and Delagrange could be making it a little bit easier for Jamie Spence. Jamie Spence, the man who is by far the best performer in the last few groups out there today. Downwind, par 4, Ian Poulter. That's okay. Players will be trying to put this ball down the left side today. Ian's ball getting past the bunkers on the left. You can see the rather small looking bunker on the left hand side. It's a bit bigger than that when you get up there. And ranked 7th because all week the wind has been right to left and it's been tough to get close to some of these tricky pin placements, but playing just below its par 4. Adam Scott. Scott having a go at that one and almost finding the real trouble on the left hand side there. He's okay. A lot depends on the lie on one of the mounds on the left hand side. And talking of Adam Scott, top of that list, some of the course records that have been set this year. Adam Scott back there in the Greg Norman Holden International in February in Sydney, 63, 10 under par that day. So that put Adam Scott on the golfing map, that was for sure. Blackie didn't make the cut this week, but 563 was a great performance from the new boy on tour, the Englishman. Blackie. These are the men that have shot 64s here. New course records for this relatively new golf course, 5 years old only. Poulter, Leve, Martinez and Garrido, all with 64s. Wonders if Jamie Spence can get up there to 8 under or even 9 by the time he's finished. Really take this tournament by the scruff of the neck. 20 under currently, in the lead by 2. Interestingly, none of those people who shot 64 are in the top 3. Thomas Leve, one of those men who shot 64 earlier on in the week. Shot on the big par 5, 15th. Just yesterday, of course, is 64. Believe me, that's one great golf shot, to land that ball on the green and keep it there as well. Excellent second there for Thomas Leve. Yes, there's the view right back to where he was striking from at the top of the hill. Wind off left to right today on the 15th. 13th. Third shot, dropped from behind the water, Desmond Terblanche. Oh, great recovery. Let's hope for all those viewers down there in South Africa that Desmond can escape with only a 4 there at the par 3, 13th. Crunch time for Delagrange. Second place, you'll probably know that. He's 2 shots behind Spence. No words to express the disappointment that Sebastian Delagrange will feel right now. I'm sure he would probably need a cold shower now. But he's edge of the green for 2. Big struggle going on at that 13th, unlucky for some.
Yeah, hold on. Sorry. Good job.
Jamie Spence just about getting up to the corner on the left-hand side. These are the players with a big choice. It's either going to be some sort of wood, metal wood into the green, or a safety shot down the right-hand side. Garrido, by far the best tee shot of the 3 here on the 13th. Nanos in the worst score of the 3, 15 under. They're all making a bit of a pig's ear of the 13th, aren't they? Garrido, 5 foot of hard work left. Terre Blanche, 8 footer for his bogey. And here, Sebastien Delagrange, outside chance of a par. Remember, this man Delagrange is 2 shots behind the leader, Jamie Spence. Terre Blanche 3 behind. Easy putt, but made to look even more difficult there by Sebastien Delagrange. They're really hoping that all of his bad shots come on the one hole today, because it's certainly happening in a big way for him here. Delagrange, therefore, will drop a shot, at least one, which will stretch Jamie Spence's lead to at least 3. 17 under, 3 shots behind this for his bogey 4. Keep him 3rd place, even if he does hold this. Misses it, he will join Thomas Leve, Ian Poulter and Ignacio Garrido at 15 under. Desmond comes to grief at 13. His tap in there will be for a 5. Which would indeed drop him down to 15 under. Huge putt here for Delagrange, absolutely huge. For bogey 4 and the par 3 13th. Nerves of steel with the putter, the man Delagrange. He's held 3 very useful putts in the last 2 or 3 holes, and there he is, still in 2nd place, but now fully 3 shots behind the man they're all chasing, Jamie Spence. 14 and Ian Poulter at 15. He's a lot closer to those leaders now. Another fine 2nd shot into 14. You've seen a number of those today. It's not easy. They're making it look like it is. Garrido, can he make his par? So at least one of the 3 ball makes a par on the 13th. Garrido therefore stays at 15 in a 4th place tie at the moment with Leve and Poulter. Delagrange moves back to 17 under. Desmond Terre Blanche back to 15 under to join Leve, Poulter and Garrido. Watching from the top of the hill on the right hand side of your picture there, onto the green on the left side is Jamie Spence, and he's watching Thomas Leve here, putting well across the green on 15. Eagle putt. Stone dead for distance, just a little bit above the hole. So Thomas Leve will have that putt for a birdie to go to 16 under. 16 under third place on his own. Because there is Spence at 20. Delagrange at 17, and we know that that graphic isn't quite correct. The up-to-date graphic would be Terre Blanche at 15 under. 5 minutes left to wait here. Will Jamie Spence, 222 yards to ponder over water, bunker and fringe to get to the green here, where Thomas Levy and his partners are still putting out. Levy playing with Jose Manuel Lara, an Englishman, John Bickerton.
Right. No, Jamie. No fucking way. Right.
So Levy downhill. Just about. Tradesman's entrance on the left side, but that'll do for Thomas Levy. And birdie 4 gets him to 16 under, 4 under today, and third place on his own. Some interesting discussions going on here.
Hang on. Not so.
Jamie, the story here, we're hearing from our course reporters, is that Jamie Spence with a wood in his hand got it wrenched out of his hand by Janet. There she is, strong-minded caddy. She has told him, look, you're probably 2 or 3 in the lead here. Let's get a birdie the easier way. Perhaps the more conventional way. He's got something like an 8 iron all of a sudden to go from 3 wood to 8 iron. Pick your landing area, Spence. This is either a wise move or it's cost him the tournament. One of the two. Jamie and Spence down the right-hand side on 15. Still the discussion goes on. Excellent second shot in here from Poulter. Here's a chance to go 16 under. Join Levy. Oh yes. Big putt for Ian Poulter. 16 under it is. Puts him, as I said, in a share of third place alongside Thomas Levy. Remember, Poulter still has that birdieable par 5 to play. It could all happen yet, folks. Jamie Spence safely down the right-hand side of 15, in the lead by 3 from the Frenchman who's just dropped a shot at the par 3 13th, Sebastien Delagrange. Another Frenchman, Thomas Levy, at 16 under. So the two Parisiens in the first 3. Ian Poulter 16 under. Poulter from Hitchin in Hertfordshire, just north of London. Ignacio Garrido from Madrid at 15 under. There's Terre Blanche, fallen from grace rather, with an ugly 5 at the par 3 13th. I'm sure he's not finished yet though. And Elliot Bolt having a good tournament. Elliot Bolt 4 under for today's round, started the day at 10 under. And excellent performance from the Kiwi. Martin Olander, I sat next to him on the plane coming over this week, and he's looking to get his card back, and a very good claim he staked this week at 13 under in 11th place. Ulrich Gustafsson, very good round of golf from him earlier on today, 68 from him. Further down, the experienced Roger Chapman, 40-year-old, winner on tour for the very first time in Rio a couple of 3 weeks ago. Peter Mitchell still alongside his good mate John Bickerton at 11 under. 3 holes to go for those players. A little further down, Patrick Scholand, highly talented Swede, at 10 under. Not so happy with his progress earlier on in the tournament. And Nick Henning still hanging in there at 10 under. 3 holes to go for Nick Henning. Des Smith, well, he's in. He's finished his tournament at 9 under par. A very respectable score also for Ross Drummond at 9 under, looking to establish himself back on the European Tour. There's another Gustafsson, another one of the host of Swedes playing well too at 9 under, Peter Gustafsson. Raphael Jacquelin, not a happy man today, not playing as well as he has done earlier in the week, and he's there at 8 under. scene at the left-hand side as we look at it, but as the players come down that 15th fairway on the right, which will give Jamie Spence an absolute perfect view into the green here. R5, remember, so on this right-hand side. 80 yards or so left for Jamie here. Flag well back on the green, plenty of room to pitch it right up there. Third shot, par 5. Well, one has the feeling, and it's a growing feeling, that Jamie Spence may be returning to the winners' rostrum for the first time for 9 years. 1992 was the last time he won, back there at the Pan-European Masters, Switzerland, Cron-sur-Sierre. In trouble again, Terre Blanche. Real tester for him here on 14. All the experience that Desmond Terre Blanche could muster was very much needed there, because that was an awful line, a cabbagey sort of line just short of the sand there on 14. So a bit of a struggle right now for the man from Freiburg. Right-hand side of the fairway. Wrong side today, really, but Garrido, well, he can get a lot of spin on his ball, even from that semi-rough cut. Garrido currently 15 under. 5 shots behind now, 2 over today. Pretty good shot, but 35 feet or so left there for Ignacio Garrido. 70 yards worth of 8 iron there. This whole thing directly downwind today. It's been crossed all year, all week, I should say. Construction on the left-hand side of quite a number of new villas and beautiful houses that adorn the estate here at the Golf de Marrakesh. A number of them alongside the 9th fairway I was noticing this morning have terracotta gazebos. Beautiful. Big drive here for De La Grange. Slightly hanging lie for Sebastian De La Grange here. It'll help him if he can work it in from, you see the palm there, if he can work it off that palm and just cut it into the flag. Second shot, 14th. Yes, and he has, from the left, didn't come back as he would have wanted, but pretty much pin high. Holding up pretty well is Sebastian De La Grange, despite dropping a shot at that 13th, holding a good putt for his bogey 4, remember. And De La Grange, 26-year-old from Paris, currently living in the lovely city of Boulogne. 3 shots now behind Jamie Spence. Jamie Spence, of course, ahead on the 15th with a very obvious chance of his birdie at that par 5. Chance to take a breather and show you some alphabetical scores that feed through for you. See if you can spot your favourite players. Daniel Chopra, you see feeding through there. Andy Coulthard started off like a rocket today on the 10th with 3 straight birdies and then faltered at the end of his front 9. 6-3-6 finish to his front 9 today. Very disappointing for the tall Scotsman. Eliasson, the 2 Eliassons playing here. Eliassons, Gustafssons, Swedes everywhere. Thomas Gergler at 7 under. There's Nick Henning. News for you is that just one hole to play. Nick is in 10th. Excuse me, he's in 10 under par in the last hole. Did promise you a while back I could tell you some news of Nick's round. 36 out for Nick today. So starting the day at 11 under, he was hoping for big things today. Meanwhile, Kenzie playing with Spence and Bradley Dredge on the 15th. Yes, Nick Henning out at 36, dropped a shot at the 10th. So he's one over today, Nick Henning. Just the one hole to go. 10 under for the tournament. Saving time again for Terre Blanche. Chip shot to the 14th. Pretty good, below the hole still. So a chance for an aggressive putt. Bougainvillea, the eucalyptus, the palms. Just three of the beautiful sights here at the Golfe de Melkis in Morocco. It is that kind of heat, folks. It's 86 degrees out there, and the spectators are spectacular. Another major moment for Jamie Spence. 3-wood wrenched out of his hand by his caddy, Janet. Second shot 8-iron, wedge to here, this for 21 under. Oh, very good indeed. Thank you, Janet, he'll be saying. So Jamie takes a 4-shot lead. Jamie Spence, 7 under par. Could he be another 64 or even better to finish this last round in real style? Look at that card. 3 birdies in a row at the right time. So a long par 4, a short par 3, birdieable par 5 left for the Londoner Jamie Spence. Back on the 14th. This is where he's putted to, Garrido. Another par for Ignacio Garrido. Not really performing to the best of his abilities by far here in the last round. 2 over par today. Contemplative, thoughtful man today, Garrido. 2 bogeys in the first 3 holes at the start of this back nine as we prepare to his tournament, it seems, at least in terms of winning it. De La Grange now 4 shots behind. He's in hold a few putts now. Whatever happens, it'll be the biggest week of his career. It's for birdie 3, if only he had struck it. De La Grange will tap in though, presumably for his very comfortable par 4 on the 14th here. And the man that started the day 1 shot behind Garrido is now 4 shots behind Jamie Spence. Interesting choice for him. He gets a good drive down the 15th, as to which way he plays it. He doesn't want to lose a lot of money by blowing it, but equally a chance to win it is to go for the green. Trying to save par again here at 14th this time, Terre Blanche. Well hold indeed. So Desmond Terre Blanche survives with a par at 14th. 5th place for Terre Blanche alongside Ignacio Garrido. Above him, Poulter, Leve, Delagrange and Jamie Spence, a clear leader. 4 shots in the lead indeed. The last round here, midway through our coverage of the last round. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Can't leave this one alone. Have a few beers or orange juice, nice cup of tea by your side. Settle down with us for the last hour or so. Big par 4, wind against off the left. It looks like he's caught the bunker, and be almost glad of that, because right of that bunker could be a bad kick out of bounds, but didn't look too despondent, so he's in play. Got fighting for necessary here from Jamie Spence if he's going to have a chance to hold on to this big lead. Uphill par 4 is 469 yards. And Dredge birdie the 15th to get to 14 under, 7th place. Very smooth swing there from Bradley. Split the fairway, so Bradley Dredge in good shape. Good shape indeed at 14 under, 7th place currently. Player in that match tees off down 16. That would have been Malcolm Mackenzie, if you heard, if not seen. The scene here on 15 could be a little dramatic if your name is Ian Poulter. Because there's a large water hazard down the right hand side, which is a little cheeky if you're off the tee and you just slide it to the right. There it is waiting for you. Poulter, he's had a very good week so far, 1 under for today, 16 under for the tournament. Having birdied the 14th, coming off birdies at 10 and 12 as well, as we here been in the water at 15. So this is to, presumably, with his 3rd shot, get somewhere down there near the green. Poulter in a little while. It's travails at the 15th as the caddy scratches his forehead. Testing times for the young Englishman. The men at 16 under. Thomas Leve. Oh yes, indeed. Thomas Leve is not 16 under anymore. That's a big birdie for him at the 16th. Long par 4. What a time to do it. 17 under alongside Sébastien Delagrange. So the Parisian duo is really on song. Thomas Leve has won £23,500 so far on the tour. If he needs to regain his card, he needs to win about another 40,000. Ensure playing golf on the tour next year. If I tell you that 44,400 is the prize for 2nd place this week, that'll do it for him, won't it? Thomas Leve, very fine player, and exploded onto the European Tour, winning the Moroccan Open in 1998 on a sponsor's invite. There he is, near the top once more. Delagrange, his compatriot at 17, Ian Poulter at 16 currently, may be dropping down from that position in just a few minutes. He's in trouble on the 15th. Elliot Bolt there, one of the players also playing well today, 4 under for his round. Bolt. Haven't seen him much this week. He's performing very well today, though. Came through the qualifying school, the tough qualifying school back in November in 27th place. And, New Zealander very well placed here. Middle of the green at the 18th, happy to be there. Elliot Bolt, very happy to be 14 under. 35 out today. 3 birdies already on the back 9. That's why he's 4 under for today. Now playing the 16th.
Excuse me, stay still, thanks.
The golf ball of Jamie Spence. Demonstrative Janet, excuse me, stand still. The flag is well on the green, 20 yards up the green and 6 yards off the right. The ideal shot here is a high floater. Spence second into 16.
Come left.
There's a lot of people who listen to Janet, but the ball doesn't. Short right is the story for Jamie, and a tough shot left too. Could it be a little drop shot here for Jamie? Could it be even more interesting in the last few holes? Spends 21 under. Delagrange 17 under, still to play that 15th, that par 5. So a lot can happen yet, folks. Don't put the kettle on yet. Another man in sand, Mackenzie, very highly placed at 14 under, 7th place.
النهار الاول والثاني سالب موان 4 يلاه جبت باش دار ونهار البارح دار موان 8 لتحت هي موان
Mackenzie making some progress up the fairway and just 20 yards or so short of the green there at the 16th. It's a beautiful view in the shade of the palm there. The 17th. Thomas Levy. Awkward. That's awkward. 4 yards off the left edge, and he knows it. Chip left there for Thomas Levy at 17. Big time for him, 17 under. Will not want to drop a shot there. Saw Poulter 5 or so minutes ago in trouble playing his 3rd shot from behind the water at 15. Put this into perspective, Poulter 16 under. 4th place, 4th shot, par 5. Absolutely excellent direction. Didn't it skip on? Lucky there, Ian Poulter, but he'll still have a putt for a par as the breeze strengthens. Another important tee shot in the life of Sébastien Delagrange, 15th, par 5. Just in the bottom left of corner of your screen there, the ball of Sébastien Delagrange, excellent tee shot, 15. That'll give him a choice. That sound was not in the studio, folks. That was, I think, one of the metal hoardings collapsing behind the 18th green. Yes, there it is. Bolt has to recompose. Big putt for him to go to 15 under and a share of 5th place. Super try from Elliot Bolt. So Elliot Bolt with rounds of 67, 70 and 69. In fine style today with another 68. And a good result for the man from New Zealand. Strange old front nine, peppered with bogeys and birdies. He steadied the ship on the back nine, that's why he's a happy man. Elliot Bolt, 14 under, 7th place. Another look at Adam Scott. Par 5, 15th, third shot. Scott, well, he's +1 today, 14 under for the tournament. What a chance this was for him to win a tournament. The first amateur that would have been to win on the European Tour since it started in 1972.
Keep still, please, on the left. Thanks.
Now, coming up over the hump that guards the front right side of the green here, Jamie Spence. Wind's in his face, though, so that really is a help here. We'll see him loft this one, I believe. Oh, dearie me, what a great shot from Jamie Spence. That really was a class act. Must a bit, I thought he punched that a bit too low down the left. And the shot of an experienced man, really biting the grooves onto the dimples on the golf ball there for a cheeky little pitch at 16. Very important shot that could be for Jamie Spence. Important now, aren't they? But 2, 3, 4, his last 3 holes, birdie, birdie, birdie. And 2.5 footer perhaps left for his par at 16. Thomas Leve just missed the green here on 17. We saw that. Here's the little awkward chip he's got left. Yeah, we knew it was awkward, tough to get close. So Leve in danger of dropping a shot, dropping one behind his fellow Frenchman, Delagrange. Delagrange now becomes the important challenger to Jamie Spence. Superb drive up the 16th for Bradley Dredge. Steamy with his second shot to here. So, chip and run down the green. Delightful execution, not quite the right judgment. Bradley Dredge, qualified via the Challenge Tour 1999 to play on the European Tour. This is Ian Poulter. He had all sorts of trouble down this 15. This for his par. Oh, small ball, big hole. Ian Poulter, what a 5 that was, to stay at 16 under and in 4th place on his own. Bradley Dredge having chipped from off the back of the green here at 16. Still with a bit of work to do here. This is a little trickler. This is one that gives me the melting left hand. Tad from left to right. dribble down the hill there for Bradley, and it's an unfortunate drop shot for him at a very, very important time. So Bradley Dredge takes a couple of steps down the ladder at the top of this tournament. Back to 11th place now, Dredge at 13 under. Scott here for birdie at 15. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Adam Scott. 15 under and level par. Back to level par after a funny old round out in 37 for the big hitting young Aussie. Not such a big hitter, but 1 under today is Malcolm Mackenzie. Good hole out from Malcolm at the 16th. In trouble, as was Jamie Spence off the tee in the bunker. He'll be very glad to walk off that green with a par 4. Nerves of steel here for the man from London. Par putt on the 16th. Oh yes, and he stays at 21 under, looking more like his day as the holes go on. 21 under means still a 4-shot lead at the moment. You get to see what Sebastian de la Grange can do, of course. He's playing the 15th, par 5. Jamie Spence marches on to the 17th. Now, a strong chip past the hole at 17 for Leve, this for par. Well, he's holed a few today, and there's another one. Thomas Leve. I'd like to see his putting stats at the end of the day. 33 for the front 9. 2 more birdies on the back 9 at 15 and 16 to get him to 5 under for the day. The only other man firing really strongly today. Now, de la Grange, big shot, par 5, second. Heart in your hands, Sebastian. Oh, absolutely towering second shot from the Frenchman. And if he knocks that one in, it could all get very interesting. That will be an eagle putt of his life. Back to another view of the Volvo Order of Merit. The big money people, Darren Clark, Ernie Els, Michael Campbell. Darren Clark there, €1,000,000, translates into 632,000. Courtesy mostly of a fantastic performance in defeating Tiger Woods recently at the Anderson Consulting match play. Patrick Scholand there in 17th place. So despite a moderate showing from Patrick this week, he's well up there in the Order of Merit already this season. Jamie. 5-iron shot for Jamie Spence. Good shape.
Right then.
174 yards uphill, left to right against wind. Jamie Spence is safely on. All he has to do now, it would seem, unless de la Grange can go absolutely mad on the last 3 holes. Mackenzie, 8th place, 14 under. It's fine too. It's got a little tight at impact, held the blade square to open. Was uttered from the lips there of Mr. Mackenzie. Wasn't that bad. Poulter. Sorry. It was a huge putt for Ian Poulter on that par 5, 15th earlier on. A big make that was for him to stay at 16 under. Desmond Terblanche. Haven't seen him for a while, but a pretty well played shot from Desmond. That's his second into the 15th. The story is all about Jamie Spence in the sunshine and enjoying it too here in Morocco. The Golf d'Amelkis course has produced some fantastic golf here over the last 3.5 days. Jamie Spence, 21 under, in charge by 4 clear shots from the Frenchman Thomas Levy, who's holed a great putt at the par 3 17th to stay that way. And Sebastien Delagrange, well, he's got an eagle putt at the 15th, so he could conceivably still catch Jamie Spence. A lot depends on the last 3 holes here. Ian Poulter at 16 under, 4th. Garrido, 15 under. Had a strange old day today, +2 for today's round. A great chance this was to re-establish himself on the European Tour. Here he is. Par 5 15th, and Garrido having that sort of day. So the last match out on the golf course has been rather overshadowed by events ahead of them. Garrido 2 over for his round. Terre Blanche, well, he's level par, 35 out, birdie 10, lo and behold, double bogey, the 13th. And the third man, well, Sebastien Delagrange is having the tournament of his life. The 6-year-old from Paris. For this putt, it's Desmond Terre Blanche. Also, eager putt to go into second place, mind you. Come on, Desmond. Settle back in your seat, Zelda. This is Terre Blanche back there down in South Africa. He doesn't hold it, but it looks like he's going to make a birdie. Terre Blanche would then, if he did birdie 15, go up to 4th place alongside Ian Poulter. 4th place this week is worth £20,000. I can tell you that would be 208,000 rand. Now, Delagrange, big putt. Turn. Oh, such a good attempt for the man. That would have been so easy to dribble that one down and miss it on the left, but Delagrange should birdie the 15th. And this for birdie then. 18 under it is for Sebastien Delagrange. And this young man is really holding it together. 6 straight fours on the back 9. Putts per green in regulation 1.59. That's pretty hot stuff with the blade. Second ranked only. So great performance on the greens. The nerves would usually tell most of all for Sebastien Delagrange. 3 shots in it now then. 3 shots further back from Delagrange is Garrido here. 5th place. Up the hill here for Garrido's birdie putt at the 15th. Bogeys, 1 at 10, 1 at 12. Only pars since then, so you really need this one. Yes, the Rye smile says, oh, that's it, that's the way it's going. Garrido, par on 15. On 15 and here, 2 holes ahead on 17. Jamie Spence, another birdie chance. This could seal it for him, surely. Good. Par 3 for Spence on that tricky 17th. Make no mistake, it's only 179 yards, but it's tough today. Wind left to right against and uphill to boot. He's a man who loves football boots as much as he does love golf. His beloved Arsenal have just reached the UEFA Cup final. So what a week it will be for Jamie Spence if he captures this title. It's his second title on the European Tour. 1992 was his last, the Canon European Masters. Still on 17, Bradley Dredge. His chance to get to 14 under. Some hard work left for Bradley Dredge on 17. That contains the leader is here on 17, and Mackenzie, after a tee shot on the right hand side, has put it off the green here. His par attempt. What's the odds on being short? I didn't wish it on him, but it often happens when you're bowled with the first putt. Second one uphill, leaves it short. Mackenzie looks like making 4. It'll be sad for him because he's had a very good tournament. He's only 1 under par today, 13 under after 3 rounds. Strain just telling on the face of the experienced 38-year-old from Sheffield, Malcolm Mackenzie. Half that age is Adam Scott, just 19 years of age. So the golf shot he's got here. Downhill bunker shot, 60. Yes, he almost had to try and catch that in the fluffy stuff before it reached the green, but too tough. Scott playing a bit of golfing tennis there, back and forth past the hole. So Scott will have a long putt for his par 4, which if he could hold it would keep him at 15 under. So nevertheless a fantastic performance from a 19-year-old from Hope Island at the Gold Coast in Australia. To the left on your screen, at the right hand side of the hole. So that errant second shot of Ian Poulter got into here. Poulter hanging on in at 16 under alongside Des Terre Blanche. Lofted route. The whole of Freiburg will have been glad to see that one just flash past the hole. Ian Poulter almost holding out there with his third at the par 4 16th. Guido unleashing a bit of anger into that one on the left hand side of 16. I'm sure he's absolutely steaming inside. Not a good day for him. 2 over, 15 under for the tournament. Inside the last hour now in the last day here. In what's been a fascinating tournament on the European Tour. A lot of different players, as we said at the start of the programme, with a lot of different agendas. Jamie Spence, first win since 92. Seb de la Grange, first win. Thomas Levey looking to retain his card. Ian Poulter looking to make his card secure for next year. It's all happening this last day for a lot of people.
Yes,
Scott just off the right side now of this 16th green. top 10 finish would be so important for someone like Adam Scott. It would mean a few more invites, a few more chances to play with the best on the European Tour. Scott currently being coached by Butch Harmon. Gentle, gentle. Oh. Great try, but it's a drop shot for Adam Scott there at the 16th. That will drop him back to 14 under, alongside Elliot Bolt, who's completed his last round with a 68, alongside a man we've forgotten about, Pedro Martinez, who is bubbling along at 1 over today, 14 under for the tournament as well. Three-way tie then for 7th place, Bolt, Scott, Martinez. Fine 68 today, further down the field for Martin Olander. An important week for him to try and get back on the European Tour properly. 13 under for his tournament so far, currently 10th place alongside Jose Manuel Lara. Currently Malcolm Mackenzie dropped a shot at 17th, and Bradley Dredge also at 13 under. And we haven't seen much of, for pretty obvious reasons today, Pedro Martinez. 37 for his front nine, put paid to his championship in terms of winning it anyway. Steady, all too steady pars on the back nine. Martinez playing with Scott and Poulter down the green here at 16. When he left school, he went to work for a bank for a while. He's been a racehorse owner, so a very good man with the figures, and I'm sure Jamie Spence will be giving himself 3 to 1 on at the moment. 3 shots in the lead, 1 hole to play.
We are, and I haven't.
Delagrange at 18 under. Delagrange, of course, only having played 15 holes, so 3 chances left for him to do something special. Very good putt on the previous green, but not there, so Ian Poulter slides to 5th place jointly with Garrido. Big money putts these are. Driven down the right hand side of the 18th hole here, just in the first cut. Big shot here for Thomas Levy, currently in 3rd place. Birdies in the last 3, 2nd to the 18th.
Fade right. All right, hard.
Fade right, he says. That's why. Just too far left for comfort. He needed to come down off that hill. There it is. Left-hand side of the 18th. He couldn't really go for the flag, which is cheekily placed behind the water hazard today. Mr. Guy Hunt of the European Tour, making him work for it at the 18th. Not at the 18th, but at 18 under, 2nd for Delagrange at 16. Looks to be going left. Thought so, just turned it over with the wrists, had impacted Sebastian Delagrange there, so again trying to make it a little easier for Jamie Spence to win his first title since 1992. Sebastian Delagrange, what a fantastic week it's been for him though, 18 under par.
Good job.
Spence Last drive, he hopes, in this, the 2000 Moroccan Open. What a stormer it is too. Great drive for Jamie at 18. Allows himself another smile. Very calculated, very measured swing. Superb tempo of Jamie Spence. Very full turn, good clearance, right through it. To use the colloquial expression for Jamie Spence, he'll soon be down the old frog and toad with a big winner's check in his pocket if he has anything to do with it. The old Cockney rhyming slang for the road, the frog and toad. Is that a frog or a toad? I'm sure somebody will tell me. He thinks it's a frog. Tee, once again the scene for the match. Scott, Poulter and Martinez. That's an okay tee shot for Martinez. Pretty much pin high on the right hand side there at 17. Oh, looks very calm, doesn't it? I believe Sebastian Delagrange will be absolutely leaping inside at the moment. He's in the bunker on the left-hand side of 16. Adam Scott, I should say. He's off here at 17. He gets absolutely everything through the ball, does Adam Scott. That's another fine, comfortable iron shot for him. This time to that 17th. Adam Scott, 14 under, dropped a shot at the previous hole, 16. Here is on the 16th, Desmond Terreblanche. Ooh, sandy for Desmond as well. Not nice over there because no room to play with at all. Downhill run to the flag, making it difficult for himself now. The man in 4th place on his own at the moment, Des Terreblanche, 16 under. So a couple of £100,000 on this one for Desmond Terreblanche at the moment anyway, in 4th place. Thomas Levey having a very good round here. Par 5 for a 67. Could he make a birdie for a 66? Well, that one kept going forever, but Thomas Levey with a very good chance of that birdie, which would take him to 18 under par and alongside his fellow Parisian Sebastian Delagrange, who is here at 16. Playing an excellent bunker shot, really nerves of steel from the youngster. 57th on the European Challenge Tour last year at the end of the year. Big improvement from the previous year where he was 157th. So a great chance, an opportunity to play on the European Tour this week. Poulter. Very good tee shot from Ian Poulter at 17. He's keeping in there, just level par for today's round. The ordinary 38 for the front 9. He came back with 3 birdies in the next 5 and then dropped a shot at the 16th. So Ian Poulter, level par, 15 under in 5th place. left then. 2 and a bit really for the last match out there. Garrido, Terre Blanche and Delagrange. All with their own kinds of difficulties here on the 16th. Garrido. A snake here for him at 16. Down the green. Left to right downhill. Choose how far left he wants to go here. As he hits it. Well, kind of. Because it was lacking in pace, it took more turn to the right than he wanted. So a struggle again for Ignacio Garrido. 8 foot left for his par. For Garrido to stay at 15 under. Test for the talents here of Desmond Terre Blanche. Extremely well played, confidently played for the man with the deft touch, Desmond Terre Blanche. For a par to stay in that 4th place. More news of Desmond Terre Blanche's compatriot Nick Henning. Well, Nick finished at level par today, 11 under. 2 very even halves, 36 and 36.72 for him. 23rd place for Nick Henning. Pretty good performance. I'm sure that Graham and Sylvia down there in South Africa will be happy for their boy. He could have done so much better today, but at least he didn't blow it. It was 23rd place today for Henning. 11 under is 10 shots behind this man, Jamie Spence. Across the green at 17, it's Martinez. There or thereabouts for Martinez. And that's been his round today. 1 over, 14 under for the tournament. The man that was looking so good at the start of the week. Remember, he kicked off this tournament, Martinez, with a 64 to set a new course record. 66, just 130 shots for those first 2 rounds, and then a, well, somewhat faltering 71 yesterday for the 36-year-old from Asunción in Paraguay. Birdie putt here on the 18th for John Bickerton. Altogether, it hasn't been one of his favourite holes this 18th. He had a double hit here earlier on in the week. Poor finish too for a man from Droitwich, down into a lowly -8. That's 48th place, alongside the likes of Jacquelin, Raphael Jacquelin. 71 for him today, looking very disgruntled all the way around. He was today. Andy Coulthard level par 72 for an 8 under. Robert Cole's level par 8 under for the tournament. Thomas Levy, on the other hand, had a great last round. This for 66 to draw level with Delagrange. Yes, and a firm punch with a fist means that Thomas Levy is a very happy man, because second place would almost surely guarantee golf on the European Tour in the year 2001. Look at that, 66 is just when you wanted it. Very good week for the Frenchman. Now Desmond played a very good bunker shot to here on 16. Go in. Oh yes. Terre Blanche, 16 under, great 4. holding in 4th place is Desmond Terblanche. This man is trying to get up there with him, Ian Poulter, 15 under. This for birdie 2 to get to 16 under alongside Des Terblanche. All the way. Poulter. Big birdie 2 on the 17th for him to join Desmond Terblanche at 16 under, 4th place. Ian Poulter can't win this tournament, but he can figure very, very highly with a nice eagle 3 at the last. Birdie for 17 under would stay him and keep him in 4th place. But here's Jamie Spence. Started down the left side. Is he trying to cut it in? Is he working it in? Certainly is. It's a little meaty, but that's absolutely fine for Jamie Spence. No trouble at all. Just off the back of the green. So our leader by 3, Jamie Spence, gives himself a chance of a comfortable 4, maybe even a little chip in at the last. Who knows? If he did chip in, of course, it would be for 9 under 63 today. And what a finish that would be for the experienced man from Tunbridge Wells. Hasn't won on this European tour since 1992. Sebastian Delagrange there, 3 shots behind, has a putt for a par on the 16th, and then with 2 holes to go, surely he can't make up that difference. He'll remember that 15th hole for a long time, will Jamie Spence and caddy Janet. See, wrenched the 3-wood out of his hand, and he made a birdie 4. 17th tee this is. Delagrange. Tweaky left side. We saw Thomas Levy over there making a very good 3 from that position. Now Terblanche. Another fine iron shot from Desmond Terblanche. He really does make those middle and long irons look very, very easy indeed. Time for Jamie Spence to take in the applause at the 18th, and he's welcomed onto that green. And why not? Superb performance from Jamie today to really take this tournament. It looks like it anyway. 7 under, birdie 4 for a 64 and the 5th 64 of the week here in Morocco. Poulter, his final tee shot, 4th place, 16 under. Just gave that one a fair rattle down the left-hand side of 18. Just a little unlucky, got caught up in the left-hand side in the semi-rough and proudly at top of the board. Look at that, Jamie Spence. Clear gap, quite rightly so, between him at 21 and Levy and Delagrange at 18. Check, of course, of £66,640 for the winner here this week in Morocco. That equates to €110,509. If you're into that kind of thing. Kenzie, well, he's faltered on the 17th, unfortunately, out in 35 today, just the 1 drop shot on the back 9, so he's at 13 under, 10th place. swing of the broom handle for Mackenzie. And adjacent, but horribly adjacent, very well wide there on 18th. Bit of a misread for the experienced Malcolm Mackenzie. +3 wind continues across the course here. Golf Damalkis, the wind has changed round and presented quite a few problems for these players, but as you appreciate, not so much for Jamie Spence. He's thought his way around this golf course in fine style today. Bradley Dredge can do with another little pick up here. He's 13 under, 35 out, birdied the 15th, bogeyed 16th. Overlapping grip there with an approach shot to the green here, 18. Left index finger overlapping with the right hand. Dredge then to the 18th. Great try from that sort of range with the putter off the green from Bradley Dredge. If that had gone in, that would have lifted him in a lot of places. And to join Garrido in 6th, but currently in 10th is Bradley Dredge. A good tournament though.
Keep still, please.
Strong words from Janet. Keep still. Spence. Nicely done. Nicely done. So Jamie Spence will have that one, that 4-footer, for a birdie 4 at 18, which would take him to 22 under and 64 when it mattered. Last round here, Marrakesh. Chip for De La Grange. Well, he's holed a few crisis putts this afternoon as De La Grange. He's got another one now. Not a crisis in terms of winning the tournament, but it is in terms of retaining a share of second place. Big bucks on these last few shots. Now Mackenzie here. Well, 18th green. 7-foot in here for birdie. This for 14 under, share of 7th place. Oh, well holed Malcolm Mackenzie. Welcome back, you might say, to the European Tour for the experienced man from Sheffield. 71, fighting 71 for Mackenzie. Didn't want to let it fall away in the last round here in Morocco. th at the Dunhill, 14th in Portugal, 19th in Qatar for Mackenzie this year. 4 missed cuts in 9 starts, so this is his best performance by far. Bradley Dredge then for his very good birdie. If he could hold this one, it's for 14 under. Firmly hold for the man from Newport in South Wales. Bradley Dredge joins Malcolm Mackenzie in a share of 7th place at 14 under, just like his playing partner, also round in 71. No eagles, 4 birdies and 3 drop shots for that 1 under par score. Now, the leader by 3 at the moment, Jamie Spence, tries to finish his round in style and equal that course record. This for a 5th 64 during this week in Morocco. Surely the title. The understated shake of the fist there and the hug for caddy Janet. Will this be the first time that Janet has experienced the winner's rostrum as a caddy? We think so. 22 under. And of course, Seb de Lagrange putting for his par 3 on 17. It's the best he can do. So he would have to. Well, he can't do it. He's 4 shots behind now. 4 shots behind Jamie Spence. The man striding out with his first victory in 8 years. Since 1992, a lot of golf, a lot of tournaments, a lot of miles walked for Jamie Spence before getting to here. A sweet taste of victory. The last bit of work to do. Check the scores, sign the card, and make sure everything's correct and proper before you go and enjoy a glass of Casablanca. And here is de Lagrange. Important putt for him down the green at 17. Oh, yes, again. He is making some putts. Putts that Garrido and folks could not buy today. Now, Garrido parred 17 as well as de Lagrange, as did Terre Blanche. That's Ian Poulter's second from the left-hand side of the 18th green fairway, I should say. That's his ball. That's an unbelievable shot to finish there. Crosswind, mostly with as well to get that ball to finish there. Great finish for Ian Poulter. This is the scene inside the somewhat air-conditioned recorder's hut. Naturally air-conditioned as that strong, blustery easterly comes across the course here. Jamie Spence, well, he'll be contemplating a very nice journey home. Nice journey home to Sally Ann, Sam and Charles, children. Now, Adam Scott, meanwhile, is second at the 18th, predictably with an iron. So Tiger Woods, isn't it? No fear. Over the water, iron shot onto that virtual mini green in the right-hand corner today of 18. So we'll see a lot more, I'm sure, of Adam Scott in the coming years. Hopefully he will grace the European Tour. That's it. That's it. Plenty of time before he maybe graduates over to America. Who knows?
Well done, by the way.
Press officer Gordon Simpson congratulates Jamie Spence on his performance. Michael Eriksson, the leading tour official from the European Tour, and some of the adoring fans just want to congratulate Jamie Spence. And members of the press there, that's Norman DeBell, one of our press correspondents, having a few words with Jamie Spence. A very nice task left for Jamie Spence of preparing his winner's speech. It's all over now. Oh, the shouting. Here's the man currently in joint second place, Sébastien Delagrange. That's not one of his best swings today. I think he's blocked that one. Yes, he has, but he's all right. Got to kick off something or somebody. He's on the right-hand edge of the fairway. Maybe take his choice away. He'll have to work his ball into the left side from there. So it's been a great day and a great week for many people here this week. And Thomas Levy is one of them, surely securing his card on the tour for another year with one fine performance today. 66 from Thomas, 33 and 33 or 9s for a fine performance from Sebastian Delagrange, well, he's 2 under for today's round. This man, Martinez, well, 1 over, 14 under for the tournament. He promised so much after scorching opening rounds on 64 and 66. His folks back in Paraguay are very happy for his performance overall this week. 6 brothers and 5 sisters has Pedro Martinez. Desmond Terre-Blanche, his final hit off the tee. That's absolutely fine. The man from Vryburg, near Kimberley in South Africa. Desmond Terre-Blanche, he's had a very good tournament here. You'll be very proud of him down there in Kimberley. 16 under, 1 under for today. Could have been so much better. 35 out for the front 9, that's 1 under. Birdied 10, all looking so good for Desmond. And then he came to grief at the par 3, 13th. Caught the water there, double bogey 5. Snapped back with a nice birdie 4 at 15. Hard 16 and 17 to be where he is now. 16 under, 4th place with Ian Poulter. So now from Paraguay, Pedro Martinez. Going in, but now he's missed the green, just off the back edge of the green there at 18. Oh, having said that, friendly roll back. Martinez, chance for a birdie that would take him from 14 to 15 under and join currently Ignacio Garrido, who is here on 18. Down the left, Delagrange, right hand rough, and Terre-Blanche on the fairway. 14 under, Adam Scott is just off the back edge here. He's been trying his heart out to get this one in, because with this, if he holds it, leap up from 7th place currently to 4th, alongside Poulter and Terre-Blanche. Let the aggression get the better of him. It's a steamy putt down this slope. Scott eagle at 18. Sure enough, 5 foot left. Slightly built is Adam Scott. Believe me, there's not an ounce of fat on this boy. He's Hellstone of wiry muscle. Back right edge of the 18th green here. Match of Martinez, Scott and Poulter. All that's left out there is the final match. We'll be waiting now for these guys to finish off. Jamie Spence in, remember, 22 under. 4 shots clear of Levy and Lagrange. Poulter here, 16 under. Poulter has a stupendous second shot into 18 here. He knows this is a very, very important putt. 16 under currently alongside Des Terre-Blanche. What's this? It's 18 under. Second place. Huge putt for Ian Poulter. What a good view we had of it too. Again, our cameraman providing the best shots out here. 69 for Ian Poulter. Look at that finish. Birdie eagle finish for the youngster from Hitchin in Hertfordshire. 18 under and snatching a share of second place. That won't please folks down in South Africa. I'm sure they'll be wishing Ian Poulter the best, but drops Des Terre-Blanche into 5th place on his own currently. Worry not, because 5th place is still worth £16,960. £2,500 on that putt there from Ian Poulter. Not a bad day's work. Pedro Martinez here, having gone steamy through past the hole here on 18 with his 3rd. This birdie putt will take Martinez from 14 under up to a share of 6th place alongside Ignacio Garrido. It does. Another fist is shown, but not in anger. It's joy. Little joy at least for Pedro Martinez. Ugly double bogey 5 on the 8th, out in 37. Just that one pickup shot at the very last hole to finish his tournament. Level par 72. Martinez moves up to 15. So can Adam Scott here. If he can hold this one, so it could be a 3-way tie in 6th place if he can slide this one in. Which he does. A very good finish. A very easy birdie for youngster. There he is, Adam Scott. We'll see a lot more of him on the European Tour and indeed on the world stage, I'm sure. Butch Harmon's got hold of him. He's really swinging the club well, improving all the time. Here we are in the shadow of the Atlas Mountains on the fertile Haouz Plain. Marrakesh, the venue. Moroccan Open. What a great tournament it's been. Coming towards the end now of proceedings here on the last day. Last match out, Garrido. Tad left. Garrido might even have a blind shot there. Not been a good day. The man from Madrid, 2 over. But it's been a very good week for this man, and he can power this one onto the green. This could be a big paycheck for Des Terre-Blanche. 2nd to the 18th. He's turned away. At least he wasn't in the water. That's what I was fearing. He's actually tucked it left as well, well above the green, so still a very good chance of a birdie 4 for Des Terre-Blanche, which would, well, move him away from the others on 16 under. Excuse me, there aren't any at the moment. Of course, he's 16 under, and Martinez is 15, Scott is 15, so it may make no difference. It would do if he holds chip, because that would take him into a share of 2nd, but Des Terre-Blanche looks very handy in 5th place. Pensive, now happy face of Jamie Spence, who very soon will be crowned champion here in Morocco. It's a delightful venue of the Gulf d'Amelkis. Has provided some scintillating golf over 4 days in the heat. 90-degree heat of the day on Saturday, yesterday. Certainly has been cooled today by a blustery breeze that's come across the course from the east. The Moroccan Golf Federation will want the tournament to return here to Gulf d'Amelkis because it's been a real hit with the players. They love this place. They'll Delagrange, playing very safe on 18. Not a bad drive, but he's here down 50 yards short of the green. 18 under, currently second place alongside Poulter and Leve. So squeeze this one near and make the putt. It's a really big money change for him here. Good. Just wanted the ball to run out for a change. Super style from Sebastian Delagrange. It wasn't easy. Water hazard, just looking at you, didn't need it. But very good finishing approach to the 18th green. The 26-year-old from Paris, Sebastian Delagrange. Only a Challenge Tour player, but he's had 5 attempts to join the tour. Last November, he missed out at the qualifying school by just 2 shots. And one of the reasons he's here this week, because the opportunity has come for a lot of players from the Challenge Tour and those who just missed the qualifying school to appear on the European Tour stage here in Morocco. Delagrange marks his ball. Garrido needs to mark his spot. Top of the hill, which he needs to clear to make this green. Garrido looked very good yesterday, and we all thought that he'd be actually storming around to try and win this tournament today, but instead he's been, well, storming is far from the truth. He's been going along all too steadily and just 2 over par today. To survey this shot, because it may well be semi-blind and he really needs to feel how far it is. Lots of green to play with. And Garrido at 15 under. Make a birdie here. Join Terre Blanche, Desmond Terre Blanche at 16 under. Is semi-blind, as we can see. He's over on the left-hand side above the green here at 18. Not a wristy player, Matthew Garrido. Very much an arm player with his approach shots. So, simple swing, wedge to the 18th. Super shot from Ignacio Garrido. Gives him a chance of his birdie for at the last. Before, of course, upbound at the 18th. It's been playing relatively short all week. I think we'll get the drives to the top of the hill and down the other side of the green makes it a birdie and eagle chance hole. Desmond Terre Blanche to try and get close also at 18. Shy, uncharacteristically shy there for Desmond Terre Blanche. She's made hard work of that birdie attempt now. Spence in as the winner, of course, 22 under. Thomas Leve, Ian Poulter and Sebastian Delagrange at 18, but Delagrange with a chance here to leap above the people also on 18, claim second place for himself. Delagrange is the best player score-wise in the last group out here today. We wouldn't have forecast that at the start of the day. 2 under for his round so far. Terre Blanche 1 under, and Garrido 2 over. So this for a 69. Sebastian Delagrange. Go, 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 go. Can't believe it. But a par it is, and a very happy Sébastien Delagrange completes his attempt at winning the Moroccan Open. So long he was in the hunt until Jamie Spence stretched his lead through the middle of that back nine. Three-way tie then, at 18 under. Terre Blanche can hold this to go 17 and stay in 5th place on his own, because Garrido has a putt look to go to 16 under. Oh. They'll be off their chairs down there in South Africa near Kimberley, indeed, for Zelda and the folks watching Des this afternoon. It's hard work of it in the middle of the back nine, but there he is in with the 70 and a good round of golf to finish the tournament, to finish at 17 under, guaranteed 5th place. Last round, last green and last action in the year 2000 Moroccan Open from the Spaniard who promised so much after a fine round yesterday. 67 following his 64 in the second round, Ignacio Nacho Garrido. Is for a 4. A round of 73 should he hold this one. The calm and collected Ignacio Garrido must be really angry inside. He's let it go today. And, that round of 74 will mean that he stays in 6th place alongside Martinez and Scott as things come to a close here in the Moroccan Open, year 2000 from Marrakesh. Well, then of the trophy, so let's hand over to Sky Sports commentator Warren Humphreys to present the winner's cheque and trophy.
Well, it's been a marvellous 4 days here at Amelkos, a new venue on the European Tour, and thanks to the King Mohammed VI, it's been a marvellous week, and I know all the professionals here have thoroughly enjoyed playing this course. None other than this man on my right, our new champion, and here to present the trophy to him is the President of the Royal Moroccan Federation, Mr. Driss Basri. Jamie, a sweet moment for you, and if I can just take you back, 8th hole, first round, par 3, was that a good omen for you? Hole in one?
Yeah, it was my second hole in one this year, and I played the par 3s particularly well this week, made lots of 2s, I don't know why. I favour my iron play, and but it's just great to be here in the sunshine of Morocco this week. We've all enjoyed it. We'd like to thank His Majesty the King for having us here this week, and to President Basri as well, and the Moroccan Golf Federation. Everyone's enjoyed the facilities here.
Now, we know that the field has a number of players from the Challenge Tour in it, but it's still a very tough tournament to win, isn't it? Well, 22 under is a great score.
Yeah, I would hope 22 under would win on with most players here. But let me tell you, the guys from the Challenge Tour can all play. There's no bad players on the tour anymore, and it's just great to win.
Now, let me take you back to the 15th. Janet's on the bag. You're about to play a second shot over the water. There was a bit of a tussle.
Yeah, I wanted to go for the green. I had 240 to go to the front of the green. I wanted to go for it because I just felt I just keep making birdies because the scoring's been so good. And she persuaded me, shall we say, to lay up with an 8 iron. I still made a birdie, so yeah, it was a great call by Janet.
And have you had a chance to ring home yet?
Yeah, I spoke to my wife Sally and Sam and Charles, and I wish they were here with me.
Where were they?
They're at my sister-in-law's house, and they had to pay for Sky to watch it this afternoon.
Well, I'm sure you can help them out with that. But marvellous play this week. You also putted particularly well, but it's been 92 since you last won an event. Why has it taken so long?
I don't know, I've had some chances and haven't taken them, and then I played very well and come second. I don't know what you do, just keep playing your best golf and putting yourself in contention, and hopefully it comes off like it did today.
Now, I know you're a keen Arsenal fan as well. Are you going to perhaps change your schedule now and fit in more with their fixtures?
Well, no, I've watched enough games. I think I've got to concentrate on the golf now, Warren. So I'd love to go to the UEFA Cup final, but it's just not going to be possible.
No ticket to Copenhagen?
I've got a ticket, but I don't think I should go.
Well, anyway, Jamie, very well played this week. It's a marvellous performance. Time to, I think, hold up the trophy. And
This one's for Sam and Charles.
the Moroccan Open Meditel champion for 2000, Jamie Spence.
A very proud man he is as well, Jamie Spence, father of 2. As he said, this one's for Sam and Charles and for Sally as well, watching at home. He said he was cheering from the hotel bedroom window when Arsenal got through to the UEFA Cup final. I'm sure they were cheering like Billio back there in Tunbridge Wells as Jamie came down the stretch on the back 9 here in the last round of the Moroccan Open. Jamie Spence, a well-deserved victory, did it in style. While other players faltered, this man got hold of it. The man in the blue shirt wins, and just like the Rijel Zurak, the blue men of the south in Sahara, he will ride off into the night and enjoy the rest of his life. It's been a great tournament here at the Golf of Melkis. They switched venues. What a good move it was. The local people have made us very welcome indeed. The surroundings have been fabulous. The hotels have been majestic, and the golf has been spectacular. The high Atlas Mountains has been our backdrop all week. I do hope you've enjoyed watching the European Tour once again. It's been Kim Thomas in your box all week. Thanks for your company. We look forward to seeing you again on the European Tour. Stay with us.